Hello, it's Dave, or Libido here, and today we're going to have a look at this. It's the ASUS ROG Strix Flare keyboard. This one comes with red switches, which we'll go through later. The box on mine's a little bit tatty. It's been around a bit, this keyboard has. It's seen some things, but we'll have a look at what's inside the box, have a look at the keyboard, and see what it's like. So, inside the box, if we just take them off, move that away, we have another box section. We also have a quick start guide, no one cares about that though. We have some stickers, yeah, I like the stickers, we can stick them on things. And we also have a little tiny bit of 5mm acrylic, and I'll show you what this is for shortly. I've done something a little bit nice with mine, so we'll have a look at that for sure. You've also got the keyboard with the cable that's attached. The cable is quite thick and bulky because it's got two USB connectors on the end. This is because the keyboard's got a USB pass-through. The pass-through is only USB 2, so it's not going to have the USB 3.1 speeds or 3.2 that some keyboards do have now. There's a nice little protective bag on the keyboard to make sure it stays in nice condition whilst it's inside. And then you have your keyboard itself. Also in the box is a nice little wrist rest that came in a plastic bag, but during testing, to be honest, I've lost it. I don't really know where I've put it. Could be a case of the girlfriend has cleaned up and that's never going to be seen again. The switches on this keyboard are Cherry MX Reds, and Cherry MX Reds have got an actuation point of 2mm, which means as you push it down 2mm, the signal will be sent to say the key's been pressed. It's got an actuation force of 45 centinewtons or grams, depends which way you look at it. And yeah, the Cherry Reds are probably the most common MX switch in gaming keyboards nowadays. It's what people are used to. They're a linear straight up, straight down key. They've got no click, they've got no bump. Personally, I prefer Cherry MX Greens or MX Clears, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. This is far more popular than the switches I use, so I can completely understand why they use reds. The keycaps themselves, in all honesty, they're not the best quality. They're basically just cheap keycaps. They've got a nice clean look to them. The font isn't my favourite, I'd have preferred something a lot less stylish, but they're just ABS 2-layer keycaps. They'll last probably the life of the keyboard, but it would have been nice to have something like a PBT or something similar, something a lot stronger and a lot nicer. But hey, again, personal preference, it keeps the price down I guess, although with ASUS you do get a nice ROG tax as per usual. Under the keyboard we've got rubber feet to stop it sliding, as well as flick out feet to make sure you've got a nice incline. The incline on them is pretty steep if you want it to be, so there shouldn't be any problem for those that do like to have the keyboard on the incline. The wrist rest is really nice, and it also features like the same pattern that the keyboard has. It's just clips on and off, really easy, nice and simple. However, the wrist rest does fall off if you lift the keyboard up, or I've had it happen a few times. It's not every time, but on occasions when I've lifted the keyboard up and I sort of logic sometimes and type with the keyboard on my knees, and quite often the wrist rest will fall off the keyboard. Again, not a huge issue, but it would have been nice to have a proper clip rather than just the little push on pull off feature. On the right hand side of the keyboard, it's a little cutout that has an insert that goes in and out on it. Now that insert can be customised. They actually give you a spare, which I showed you at the beginning, and that allows you to basically customise it however you want. I've done this with mine, and here we're just laser etching my logo and then cutting it out on a bit of 5mm acrylic. I found the design for it on the ASUS ROG website with the sizes and everything else that you need. So it took me a few minutes to design, 2 minutes to cut and etch out onto the laser, and then it just slots straight into my keyboard. When the lighting's on, it looks absolutely fantastic, and I'll be honest, this is my favourite feature on the keyboard. It's really simple, it's gimmicky, but I love it. Anything that's got my username on, I love, and yeah, this just made this keyboard for me. On the left hand side of the keyboard, you've got the media keys, including a volume wheel, as well as a Windows lock and like a brightness button for the LEDs. Now, I am a huge fan of dedicated media controls and volume controls. During the week I work from home, I listen to a lot of music, and stuff like that just really helps me basically concentrate and not get bored whilst I'm sat at home all day. The software for the keyboard is plentiful. It's got everything that you need on it. You've got the ability to save custom profiles, and you can have multiple custom profiles which saves to the keyboard as well. You can change the lighting to numerous different options. You've got different layout options. Basically everything you need on a bit of software, the ASUS ROG software has it. That's pretty much everything you need to know on the spec and also the software of the keyboard. But how does it work? How does it perform? Well, to be honest, it's really nice. I'm normally not a massive fan of off-the-shelf keyboards, but I did enjoy using this. I normally use custom keyboards with custom switches, custom PCB, custom keycaps, but to be honest, I enjoyed using this quite a lot. The reds were soft and not as heavy as I'm used to, but even that I got used to in the end. Typing on it was nice and easy. I didn't notice any huge loss in my typing rate, and gaming on it again, perfect. The RGB options and the lighting options look absolutely beautiful, especially with my RGB logo that I put in. That just made the keyboard for me. So, pros and cons. Pros, customization is definitely number one. I really enjoyed doing my own logo. There's plenty of lighting options that you can control via the software or via the keyboard, and also you can change the layout to anything you want pretty much. The dedicated media keys are also a plus for me. Again, I use them quite a lot, so I enjoyed using them. And also the USB pass-through, although it's only 2.0, it's still useful. The only real con that I've got for the keyboard is the wrist rest that just, doesn't click onto anything unless it's on a table, so it just falls off. And also the price point. So the price point, I've seen it as low as about £135, and it goes up to £175, sometimes even higher. Now, considering the customization that you can have, and how vivid the colours are and everything else that people want in a keyboard, and considering it actually matches or betters some of their biggest competition, it's not too bad. But if it was something a little bit cheaper, even just £10 cheaper, I think they'd really corner the market with this board. Overall, would I get it? Yeah, definitely, I'd buy it. In fact, it's going to get 2 thumbs up from me, and I've only got 2 thumbs up. Like, that's all the thumbs I own. I don't own any other thumbs, so I guess that's top marks for me. The little niggles on it are little niggles. I had to find them, especially like the keycaps. They're fine, but they're not the best quality you could get. The wrist rest, it's fine if it's on the table, but not the best. And the price point, again, it's fine, but not the best. So even the negatives aren't that bad. So hey, that's it. The ROG Strix Flare, reviewed in under 10 minutes. I think I did alright there. Yeah, pat on the back, Dave, pat on the back. See you in a bit. Ciao!